Are you waking up in the morning and you have heel pain and those first few steps out of bed are really painful? Or maybe you walk a lot and at the end of the day your foot is feeling tired and sore and achy and you're wondering, could you have plantar fasciitis? My name is Dr. Robin Armstrong. I'm a chiropractor at Willowbrook Chiropractic in Langley, and today I'm going to talk all about plantar fasciitis, what it is, how you know if you have it, and most importantly, what you can do to help recover from it. Now, the plantar fascia is a big piece of connective tissue on the bottom of the foot. It attaches from the heel to the toe bones. And then it also blends into the Achilles tendon at the back of the heel and into the calf. Now, when we walk, we naturally pronate, roll the foot in, and supinate, shorten and roll the foot up. And the plantar fascia stretches or shortens as we do that. You might develop an itis, an inflammation of the fascia, fasciitis, if you, say, stand on your feet on a hard surface for a really long time, and then by the end of the day, the feet are fatigued and they just can't handle it anymore, more of an overuse injury. Or maybe it's spring turned to summer and you're used to wearing shoes, but now you're starting to go barefoot or in flip-flops a lot, and your toes are clawing and shortening, so you get a tightening and shortening of that fascia. Or maybe you've spent a life in high heels, basically walking around on your tiptoes and everything is tight and sore and starting to cause an inflammation in that fascia. These are all ways you can develop plantar fasciitis. Now, how will you know if you're suffering from plantar fasciitis? Often it's a slow increase of pain in the heel. Occasionally there can be like an incident where you feel something happen and then you develop a plantar fasciitis, but most often it's a gradual onset. Like I said, those first few steps at the beginning of the day in the morning are really painful, and you might find that going barefoot is not an option, but when you're in a comfortable cushioned shoe, you feel much better. These are all signs that you might have a plantar fasciitis. Now, there are many reasons you might have heel pain or arch pain or foot pain, so it's best to come in and we can assess the bones of your foot, we can assess the heel and also the low back, because the low back, the nerves there can send pain to the foot and to the heel, and it might not actually be a plantar fasciitis. So it's best to get it checked out to determine what is the real cause of your foot pain. Now, what can you do about plantar fasciitis? If you were to come see us, then we would mobilize your foot, get those little building block bones in the foot moving a little better, check the heel, check the ankle, make sure that's moving better. We might do some active release technique on the plantar fascia itself or on the calf muscles that blends in there. We'd also want to make sure your low back and your pelvis are moving well and you're not putting more weight into one leg or the other. Now, at home, you can also work on the plantar fascia by using a hard ball like a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball, and you can roll out the foot with that ball to massage it. Some people like to freeze a bottle of water and then use that to roll out the foot, because then you get a little bit of ice for an anti-inflammatory effect as well as that massaging effect. You might also be a candidate for custom foot orthotics. So that's going to give you a little bit more of that arch support. It's going to give some heel support and cushioning there, and it's custom built for your foot. And that is something that we prescribe in our office. Look for Dr. Freedman's video all about custom orthotics to find out a little bit more. And then, of course, there is stretching that you can do at home. Another thing that can help is stretching the calves. If you remember, the plantar fascia attaches into the Achilles tendon at the back of the heel, which is the tendon for the big calf muscle. You want to do this stretch barefoot and at the wall. So you're going to start by lifting your toes up against the wall, heel as close as you can. With a straight leg, you're going to shift your weight forward until you feel a stretch in the back of the leg and hold for 30 seconds. The next variation is you're going to bend that standing leg and then shift the weight forward till you feel a deeper stretch in the heel and maybe even the bottom of the foot. If you are a runner or a walker, or you've started a new activity and that's how the plantar fasciitis has developed, you might want to either decrease the frequency that you're running, walking, or playing, or decrease the amount of time for each session. Or maybe even consider taking a break for a week to just let that inflammation calm down and give your feet a rest. This is a good time for you to wear those comfortable cushioned shoes so that you can give that heel and foot some support, and you might even choose to wear them all the time, even when you're inside the house. Now, eventually you're going to want to wean yourself off of that so that the muscles inside the foot can get stronger and support your foot on their own. But when you're in this really painful period, it's okay to wear those cushiony shoes. We can help you manage the symptoms of your plantar fasciitis or other foot problems that you might be experiencing. If you'd like to book in with us, you can book online at willowbrookchiropractic.com. We post regular content on YouTube under Willowbrook Chiropractic. Please subscribe, and also on Instagram and Facebook. If you have any questions about what I've talked about here today, please feel free to ask myself, Dr. Robin Armstrong, or Dr. Jody Freedman. We're always happy to help.